Melanie Jones was bleeding when she realized that she was probably having complications with her IUD. Now, that is an intrauterine device that prevents you from getting pregnant. And she was concerned that it was possibly dislodged after she had a very bad fall. So she goes to the hospital and she's expecting to get help because she's literally bleeding and in pain. But she was told that they couldn't help her. Due to Catholic restrictions put in place by Chicago's Mercy Hospital health system, she'd be unable to remove the IUD, she meaning the doctor. In addition, no one in Jones's insurance network could remove the IUD because they followed similar restrictions. Mercy, like many Catholic medical providers, followed directives issued by the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops that restrict access to an array of services, including abortion care, tubal ligations, and contraception. So right now, the hospital is basically releasing a statement saying, no, there was some sort of miscommunication. Of course we would help someone who's having issues with their IUD. But Jones is alleging that no, they turned her away and said, your health insurance company, which is Blue Shield, only allows you to go to these doctors at these hospitals, and they're all part of this weird Catholic network that's obviously very much against reproductive rights, and so you can go screw yourself now.
No, the name of the hospital is Mercy.
I know, it's crazy.
But they had no mercy for her. And it gets into weird distinctions like a copper IUD versus other types of IUDs, because the other IUDs could be prescribed at the hospital or dealt with because they could have other reasons for being instead of contraception, so for like acne, yes, or heavy periods. But a copper IUD
is specifically used for contraceptive purposes.
Because it contains no hormones. And since it's for that purpose, they go, nope, sorry, copper IUD. And the Sky God told us that we are not to treat women who are bleeding out if they have this kind of contraception. Because the Sky God is so merciful, he named this hospital Mercy. And he's so pro-life that we're not even going to treat you when you're bleeding and in tremendous pain.
Can we finally just accept the fact that the vast majority of pro-lifers, not all, but the majority, are not really pro-life? Okay, can we just accept that? Can we accept that it's more about punishing women who are sexually active than anything else? Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of their self-righteous BS about how they think it's life at the moment of conception, yet they say nothing when guys are whacking off in the corner, you know, spilling their seed all over the place. Like, that's okay. Okay, but if a woman uses contraceptives in order to prevent getting pregnant, well, she's a demon and we should all judge her. And if she's bleeding because of her IUD, well, then we can't help her because we want to sit here and judge her and punish her instead. It's not about pro-life. If you're actually pro-life, you'd want to help her to ensure she doesn't die from her IUD, you know, being dislodged or whatever happened to it.
Yeah, look, there's all these different layers to it. In the Bible, it's also wrong to spill your seed. It's onanism. But nobody ever emphasizes that anymore because it's uncomfortable to guys because they spill their seed all over the place, and so they don't want to talk about it. So all of a sudden,
they'll spill their seed while they're sleeping, right?
Yeah. Nope. Sorry, but we don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
Then like that's supposed to be for getting women pregnant, and every sperm is sacred, and so but when it comes to guys, no, we don't do anything about that. Now condoms, yes. Theoretically wrong according to the bishops. Mm-hmm. Does anybody ever do anything about it? No, because that's the guy who doesn't want to get her pregnant. So that's fine. Come on, then she's going to hound you for payments and stuff like that. Oh, she's using contraception. Who the hell gave you the right to make decisions? No, guys make decisions, not you. You see how pro-life I am? No, it doesn't have anything. Okay, well then it's a life form. Okay, fine. You prevented the abortion. It's born. Now, can we get her daycare so that she can go to work and provide? No! Bootstraps! Life. I don't care about the baby's life. I don't care at all. No, you stay anchored to that baby and do as you're told. That's what this is about.
Yep.
So now here's a person who's bleeding. And what does she bleed for weeks?
Yeah, so let me give you the details on what happened next. Thankfully, the ACLU got involved. She tried to see whether her healthcare provider could at least refer her somewhere else. She realized that she had two options. One option was to go to an emergency room, and then she'd have to pay $1,000 out of pocket to get the help she needed. That wasn't an option for her because she couldn't afford it. The other option was to literally wait weeks in order to get transferred to a different healthcare plan. And then when she got the ACLU involved, what the ACLU did is they kind of pressured her healthcare company to expedite the process. So she had to wait 5 days, but they later removed the IUD and now she's fine. But the fact that she had to go through all of that in a country called America is crazy. Like, I feel like regardless of what your political or religious beliefs are, if you are a doctor, if you're a healthcare provider, it is your ethical obligation to save the life of anyone who comes in needing help. But that's not what they did here.
Look, are you guys doctors or are you not doctors?
Yeah.
Are you in the healthcare business? Look, I appreciate that these Catholic charities started the hospitals. There's Jewish charities that started hospitals. These are all wonderful things, okay? Now, at the same time, are you in the doctoring business or are you not? Do you believe in the oath that you took or don't you? And so don't come here and tell us, no, I'm going to help everybody unless, it violates something that some bishop in a really funny outfit decided that some other dude 2,000 years ago said or talked to the sky god about. And because of that and my interpretation of it, I'm just not going to do my job. I'm not going to do it. So do your damn job. If you're a clerk somewhere in Kentucky and the law is that you give licenses to everyone, gay or straight, do your job or get the hell out of that job and go get something else. If you're a Muslim clerk at a convenience store and you won't check out ham or bacon, well, go get another job. Do your job or leave, okay? And if you're a doctor and a woman comes to you and she's bleeding, don't pretend you're pro-life when you don't help her. Either be a doctor or don't be a doctor. Do your job or leave.
Did you guys know that we are only accountable to our members? These are the people that help keep our show independent and help prevent us from getting censored from corporate interests. If you want to help keep TYT independent, just go to tytnetwork.com/join and become a member.